Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. Tonight, I'd like to discuss the concerning developments with PayPal shutting down accounts of the Free Speech Union, Toby Young, Colin Wright, Gays for Groomers, Law or Fiction, LD Skeptics, and the others that have just apparently been shut down without any adequate response from PayPal. I'm more to the point, refusing to give them refusing to give them the money out of their accounts. It's quite concerning, really, that PayPal are not only shutting these accounts down, they're also holding on to their money. Many angry people, including myself, have taken to social media to express their concern about PayPal's decision to simply shut these accounts down of these bona fide businesses and organizations. Seen so much on social media, from blue ticks to everybody. I mean, everybody's, MPs to Lords, House of Lords, to a lot of people across the board that are very, very concerned about what PayPal are doing. In response to these closures, because there's been quite a few accounts that have been shut down of these organizations. So in response, people are shutting down the PayPal accounts in protest, with people also quick to display the message from PayPal of the closure of the account on social media. I've been through quite a lot of that, and there's been quite a lot of PayPal closures. So, is anyone watching this stream? Have you taken to social media to express your concerns? If so, let me know what you've said in the comments. Let me know, what you've said. Let me know, how you feel about it, because it's a real big attack on freedom of speech. Have you complained to PayPal? Have you complained to PayPal about this sinister development? I mean, it's quite a concern. I mean, I myself have complained to PayPal about what's happened. I have not yet received a reply. I'm still waiting to receive a reply from PayPal. It's unbelievable. I'm still 3 days, and I still haven't received any reply from PayPal at all. I'm looking at my future with PayPal. I'm very pleased to learn that eBay no longer deals with PayPal, because that was one of my concerns. I mean, I've not bothered with eBay for quite some time, and only bits and pieces. And I didn't really eBay have closed PayPal down completely. They've just cut them off, so I suppose it's going to be a lot more easier for me now to close my account. And I think that's what I'm going to be looking about doing. Yeah, I mean, have you shut your account down? Let me know if you've shut your account down. Let me know how you feel about it. Why? I mean, it's quite a big development, really, what PayPal have done, and they've taken much flack off Twitter. I mean, and social media, across the social media. I mean, we've got a lot of people rightfully expressing their concerns about what's happening. So yeah, I mean, let's hear about that. Apparently eBay broke up with PayPal. I mean, they broke up with them first, and then they separated, because they did I think they owned PayPal, didn't they? And then they separated. That was in 2005, I think. And then about a year and a half ago, decided that they wasn't going to use PayPal, and they're using something called Aiden, which is this is to keep it all in house, and apparently the people that are still using PayPal, sellers can't use PayPal anymore to claim any money, to use PayPal to sell, but the actual buyers, I think they are still allowed to use PayPal up until 2023, which is next year. But I do think that that's going to be early 2023. So that's that. So I can basically buy off PayPal now with the knowledge that I'm not paying through PayPal or using their services at all, which is good. So, like I say, many blue ticks have expressed their concerns. One of those is the comedian Jack D, who's been both applauded and actually condemned for announcing to the world that he's cancelled his PayPal account. In a tweet which has had over 50,000 likes, Jack D said, "I'm in the process of cancelling my PayPal account. Big tech companies that feel they can bully people for questioning mainstream groupthink don't deserve anyone's business." I agree, Jack. Jack has also tweeted out, pleased that this has gained so much attention, so much support, rather. He said so much support. I believe that together we can have a powerful voice, and I'm hoping that PayPal will rethink their position and change. This would show integrity. Go on, PayPal. It's my birthday. Well, yeah, there we go. Hello, Amy. How are you then? I'm going to have a little drink, actually. Peach tea again, in my shaker. So because the reason is that the peach tea, it comes in a concentrated little sachet, and it's 500 milligrams, so it won't fit in a cup. So I put it in my shaker, which is why I have it in my shaker. But hope you're okay. Hope you had a good weekend. Our weekend's coming up. It's the weekend now, but I hope you had a good last weekend. Hope you've had a good week. And yeah, I mean, tonight we're talking about PayPal closing accounts. Yeah, peach tea, really nice top. Cold peach tea as well. Ice. I've got ice in. No, I did. It's all melted now. But yeah, but yeah, tonight we're talking about PayPal and closing, just shutting people's accounts down, but also retaining the money. I'm presuming that they're going to give that money back to the people that have donated. But you know, there was one particular company that had thousands in there, and they retained all the money, and they couldn't get access to it, which is quite serious. So I thought that would be a very good topic to talk about tonight. I've made a complaint to PayPal myself about what's happened. I haven't received a reply. And I've also, I mean, I don't know. I'm also considering my future with regard to PayPal, because I don't really agree that PayPal should be the arbiter of free speech, and they could close my account down. I mean, I'm gender critical after all. I'm critical of gender, and it does seem that that has played a part in this. It may have done. I mean, it does seem as though there's something funny about what's going on, and gays for groomers are solely, you know, critical agenda. So, you know, and they're exposing all the people which, you know, are doing things to kids which perhaps they shouldn't be, you know. But yeah, so yeah, I'm looking at the future, a complete future of PayPal free. So that may be that I'm going to close my account too. Still waiting for my complaint to be, you know, answered from PayPal. So it'd be a good idea to answer PayPal. It's been 3 days. Can you let me know what the you know, can you answer my complaint? So we've got Reclaim Party. They also took to Twitter, condemning PayPal's actions, and they tweeted out the following. So this is from the Reclaim Party. They said, after the appalling targeting of Speech Union and LD skeptics, we encourage all our supporters to stand against tech censorship and boycott PayPal. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I can see why, you know, I mean, yeah. Definitely. I mean, Richard Tice, leader of the Reform Party, tweeted out, PayPal, you've made a catastrophic misjudgment. The UK government needs to make clear that this woke discrimination is unacceptable. Either reverse the decision, or Financial Conduct Authority, the FCA, should withdraw your operating license. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're going to prejudice people, you know, if you're a financial institution and you're going to dictate what people can say and what they can't say, you know what I mean? Then yeah, I mean, the Financial Conduct Authority need to get involved. You know, this is discrimination. This is, you know, I mean, I don't understand why. Certainly, they're closing a lot of these accounts. It's very, very concerning. But yeah, so Helen Joyce, author of Trans When Ideology Meets Reality, she tweeted out, just check that my sub to the speech union isn't via PayPal. If you're not a member, their cancellation by PayPal demonstrates how urgently they're needed. And I agree. And yep, absolutely. I mean, if anybody does want to join the Free Speech Union, I have put a link where you can actually join them. It is a United Kingdom organisation. I don't know. I think you've got to live in the United Kingdom, but don't quote me on it. I mean, yeah, there's no reason why any international people can't support, but I think it is a union that they're setting up in the United Kingdom. So yeah, I mean, you want to subscribe. The link is in the information below. So, and I do encourage people to, because we are losing freedom of speech. I mean, this is a typical example. This is a typical attack on freedom of speech by PayPal, saying, well, if you don't say what we think you should say, you know what I mean, we're going to shut your account down. So it's very, very concerning. Yeah, so Big Brother Watch, they've put out a joint statement with Article 19, Index Censorship and Open Rights Groups. And they have said in a tweet that our joint statement with Article 19 org, Index Censorship and Open Rights Groups on PayPal shutting down the Free Speech Union's account. With power comes responsibility, and PayPal is failing in its responsibility to respect freedom of expression. And I completely agree that this is an attack on our freedom of expression, and this really they've got that responsibility to uphold that, and they shouldn't really be telling British citizens what we're allowed to say and what we're not allowed to say, because this is a Silicon Valley company, isn't it? This is America again, thinking they can tell what to do. We're not going to sit here and put up with that. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to read what Big Brother Watch actually wrote, because I did quite like it. So it says, as groups that work to protect freedom, to protect free expression, we are concerned that PayPal has shut down the account of the Free Speech Union without adequate explanation or an effective route to appeal, whilst also shutting down the founder's personal account and the account of a skeptic's blog he edits. Regardless of anyone's opinions of any of these groups, PayPal's refusal to serve individuals and groups associated with lawful political causes, let alone ones where the right of free expression is directly impacted, is alarming, wrong, and dangerous for all of us who value the right to politically organize and express ourselves online. They continued to say that this is not the first time that PayPal has fallen short of basic procedural and transparency standards. Since the company shut down of WikiLeaks in 2010, a number of journalists, publishers, and activists have been affected by the company's refusal of services that are often poorly explained. Big tech companies may not have the same obligations under human rights framework as public authorities, but they are required to respect human rights, in particular when they accumulate extraordinary powers over how modern political activities function and are financed. We expect them to meet the highest human rights standards. With power comes responsibility, and PayPal is failing in its responsibilities to respect freedom of expression. And absolutely, I totally agree with that. Yeah, we've got to sort this out. It's not on at all. So the SNP for Edinburgh Southwest, Joanna Cherry QC, tweeting out, insofar as PayPal provides goods and services in the UK, it should be subject to our anti-discrimination laws. If, as alleged, this action was prompted by complaints about speech union support for gender critical views, then it's discriminatory. Complain here, and she provided a link. That's a good question. If PayPal is shutting us down because we're gender critical, I mean, this is a very worrying scenario, that we're not even allowed to speak out about child safeguarding. We're not allowed to speak out about women's rights. And we're not allowed to speak out about gay and lesbian rights, or we could lose our PayPal account. So perhaps it's time now that, I shut my PayPal account down, because I speak out about all those. And it's very, very concerning. as to why simply one day one day I could be talking away and suddenly bang, my PayPal account's gone, and I could have money in that PayPal account. People could have wired me money, and it's all stuck. I don't know what PayPal are doing with that money that they've suspended from these accounts. I presume that they would be giving it back to the people that wired it in, but we don't know that. There's been no. I don't know that. I'm assuming that's what they would do, because surely they can't keep that money. But yeah, I mean this is very, very worrying for the future of freedom of speech, because if financial institutions like PayPal are allowed to do this, it just means that it means basically that freedom of speech is going down the pan fast. So Lord Frost tweeted out the PayPal decision to close the Free Speech Union, the Free Speech Union account, and those of Toadmeisters and LD Skeptics too, is a very worrying development. The FCA, the Financial Conduct Authority, should look into this urgently. Meanwhile, don't leave a balance in your PayPal account, as we now know that it can just be confiscated. I mean, that's awful, isn't it? You've got thousands in your PayPal account, it's been confiscated. I don't understand how they're being allowed to do this, but I'm assuming that this money will be sent back to the people who put it in, but I don't know. I mean, I might have balances on my PayPal account, which comes out of my money to actually top it up. So I'd lose that. So it's probably better that I actually do close my PayPal account down, because I don't want to have a balance on my account or get a refund from somewhere and suddenly PayPal decides to shut me down and I can't get it back. So yeah, this is a very, very worrying development. Um, uh, yep. So Lord Bethel, okay, he tweeted out, it's quite wrong for PayPal to close down the Free Speech Union's account. It's also absurdly ironic, and it's bad for their business. The politicalization of payment platforms is worrying trend. I urge them to reconsider. The politicalization of payment platforms is worrying trend. I urge them to consider. I just wanted to make sure that I got that right. So that's two lords have spoken out about this. Yeah, I mean, it's quite worrying. Journalist Colin Brazier tweeted out the following. He said, no single organization with or without government has done more over the last couple of years to stand up for basic freedoms than this one. And they're talking about the Free Speech Union. Now the Free Speech Union is being cancelled by PayPal. Please be asked to find another way of donating. It's also wrong, because what you've got to bear in mind is that they've got all these members that are paying via PayPal. Suddenly they've just shut their operations down. I mean, I'd imagine they've caused quite a lot of. Well, they've caused massive inconvenience to this organisation. It's not just that they've withdrawn financial services; they've caused a massive inconvenience to both the Free Speech Union and to all the members that are paying. It's really not on at all. I do apologize about shaking the screen. It's just this is getting in the way. So presenter of who works on Talk TV breakfast show 6:30 to 10:30 a.m. That's Julia Hartnell Brewer. She tweeted out, shutting down the Free Speech Union account is a disgusting attack on our fundamental freedoms by PayPal. Shame on you. If PayPal don't believe in free speech, then why should we trust them with our money? Time for Liz Truss to stop big tech censorship. Yeah, I mean, there could be. Yeah, it's definitely not an earthquake. It's me banging the screen. Yeah, that's yeah, because this is like an area that could just have an earthquake, isn't it? It's just yes, that's quite funny. So yeah, no, it's just me banging on the bloody screen. So don't worry, don't panic. Yep. So it's interesting why organisations like Amnesty International are not speaking up about this issue, though. I mean, they're an I would have thought that an organisation that stood up for freedom of speech and freedom of expression, would actually speak out about banks that are actually saying to the British public, no, you can't say what you want, otherwise we'll just shut your account down. I mean, gender obsessed Amnesty International appeared lost in the issues of freedom of expression and speech now. I mean, I don't know what's happened to such a great organization. It's all, the wrong people are running it. Do you know what I mean? They're not really speaking out. They're gender obsessed. That's where they've gone, and it's such a shame that such a great organization like Amnesty International has gone to the dogs. But I cancelled my membership from Amnesty International, and I'm quite happy to spend that on a curry. I'm quite happy to spend that on a carvery or something, or a bag of chips. The money that I would have normally have sent to Amnesty International, I'm quite happy to eat it. Spend it on myself. Because I don't think Amnesty International are no longer worthy of certainly of my membership, and I understand that a lot of other people have cancelled their memberships, but gender obsessed Amnesty International need to change. They need to change urgently. So there. So the publican and social commenter on Dan Wootton Tonight's show on GB News at 9 p.m. Adam Brooks, he tweeted out, why is PayPal closing accounts and freezing funds of Speech Union, LD Skeptics and Toadmeister? Very, very concerning as to why they're not just closing the accounts, but they're freezing all the money in there. It's it's a very concerning. He went on to say another direct attack on free speech after Us for Them, Law of Fiction, and UKMFA1. I'm reading a Twitter handle there because I don't actually know who they are. It's he's also saying lodge complaints there, and he's got the link where you can actually lodge a complaint. I have, as I mentioned, logged a complaint to PayPal, but I mean, it's disgraceful what to actually freeze the funds, and I don't know what they're going to do with those funds. It's very, very worrying. I'm presuming, as I say, that they're going to send them back to where they came from. But if you've topped up your PayPal account, or that's your money, is that actually going to come back to you? And if not, why not? Do you know what I mean? It's quite disgusting. Adam Brooks went on to say, I've just joined the free Speech Union. I'm disgusted what PayPal have done, and worrying what will happen in the future with the online safety bill coming into force in this country. Yeah, I mean, we need to challenge this. What's happening? I mean, this is it's disgraceful. Again, if you do want to join the Free Speech Union, I've put a link. I'm not connected to it in any way, but I've put a link in the information. It's a United Kingdom company. It's United Kingdom company, and it's a union that protects people's free speech. I've seen quite a few people who they've already helped on Twitter. They've said something at work, and it's caused a bit of a kerfuffle, and the Free Speech Union have jumped in there and they've actually helped people. So it's worth supporting them. So the link is in the description if you want to have a look at it. And yeah, I would encourage you to join. There's a lot of blue ticks and several lords, like I've already seen, that are very concerned about what PayPal have done, as well as many quick to show proof on social media that they've shut their accounts down. We've seen it all over social media where they've got a little photograph to say that their PayPal account is shut down, and this is it's not just one or two, it's quite a few people, a lot of people in fact, and there's still a lot of people saying, look, I just want this payment to go through and I'm going to shut PayPal down. I'm actually waiting for a payment to go through as well. It's going to go through in a couple of days. It was on a buy this service and you pay in 3. I've got the last installment to go out. I just want that installment to go out, and then I think I'll just shut my account down, because I don't need a PayPal that's going to restrict my freedom of speech. I don't need a PayPal that doesn't share my values, and I don't need a PayPal that is going to shut me down with money in my account if I can't trust PayPal anymore. So I mean, I think, and I don't need a PayPal where they won't answer my complaint. I mean, I complained 3 days ago, still no reply from PayPal at all. So maybe it's I'm going to have to shut down, and that's it. But in a couple of days, I will announce on Twitter that I'll shut my account down, because I'm not happy, unless of course there's changes in the next couple of days. But I don't think so. I don't think they're going to change. Um, so Us for Them, one of the organisations that have had their PayPal account shut down, tweeted out the following: "Great to see boycott PayPal trending." And that was hashtag boycott PayPal trending. Please use it if you are concerned about the cancellation of Us for Them, LD Skeptics, and the Free Speech Union and others. We stand together and we will not be silenced. And then it includes Toadmeister in Together Deck, PayPal UK, and Brother Watch. And Eva Korolova account is temporarily unavailable because it violates the Twitter media. Yes, I was reading about that on Twitter as well. I think it's I think that they do that because there's been a lot of talk. It's like this is a very new thing. I think they do that when they're getting somebody to try to shut down a banner because they've complained about a banner because it simply says just gays for groomers. That's all it says on it, from what I can gather. But yeah, I mean, I've been reading all about that on Twitter, and it's she's a great woman, to be quite honest. And I think really this is another platform that is deeply concerning quite a lot of people. And I think in the United Kingdom, there's already talk of intervention. I mean, we can't have a platform like Twitter that's become the public square that's just saying, oh, if you talk about women's rights in the way that you do, we're just gonna kick you off if you're gay and lesbian and you start talking about your rights and it doesn't include trans in your then we're just going to kick you off and you're not allowed to say a lot of truths. Do you know what I mean? You're not allowed to really say a lot of basic biology. As you know, I'm on the platform GETTR, and I'm seeing so many people why they've been banned or suspended or locked out of Twitter, and it's so silly. It really is, and it's really worrying what Twitter have been allowed to do, but they're really affecting freedom of speech. They're really stopping people. I mean, I've been an activist all my life, and I've never seen anything like this. Not in the United Kingdom. I mean, I've been able to sit here. I've used Blogger. I've used various things. I have never once, anyone's ever sort of said, "Oh, well, you can't say that." You know what I mean? It's crazy. I mean, you know, it's and this is routine on Twitter. Yeah, but I am aware about that, and I have been reading about it. And we'll hopefully that Eva will be back on very, very soon. So Toby Young, that's Toad Miser. I know I've been using his handle. Toby Young, the General Secretary of Free Speech Union and the Editor-in-Chief of the Daily Skeptic and author of QPR Substack, who was he's had his PayPal shut down personally, and apparently he did. I'm sort of sure that he announced that PayPal had frozen £600 that they said he couldn't have, so he's going to lose that. I don't know where this £600 is going to go, but he's going to lose that. He said. In quite a number of tweets, actually, I'm not going to read all his tweets out, but just the one that he said is he's got a picture of PayPal, okay, that's got the rainbow flag on, virtue signaling, and it says here it's open for all, and Toby Young has put open for all in brackets, apart from Speech Union, Free Speech Union, LD Skeptics, Us for Them, Swipe Right, because Colin Wright as well as lost his PayPal account, Law of Fiction, UK MFA1, Mint Press News, Consortium News, Ezra Relevant, that was, and he also tweeted out the following, that the FSU is going to try and get the law changed so PayPal and other companies can't deplatform people for expressing political views they disapprove of, which is exactly what PayPal have done. I feel like saying to PayPal, you mess with the wrong guy. Yeah, I think PayPal have messed with the wrong guy. I mean, Toby Young he's quite a powerful guy. He's very much active in Free Speech Union, very much involved in the Free Speech Union, and I think they have messed with the wrong guy, and I wish Toby Young all the best, and for dealing with this issue with PayPal, because PayPal can't be allowed to do this. I mean, I'm quite pleased, that if you want to see Toby Young's tweets as well, he's also got a poll that I actually filled the poll in as well, that's connected to the Free Speech Union. You can find the link on Toby Young's Twitter account. His handle is as I mentioned, Toadmeister. Yeah, I mean, he's a great guy, setting up Free Speech Union. I mean, because he was one of the founders. To help people who have just been silenced. I mean, free speech is the very fabric of our democracy. And PayPal shouldn't be coming along, or anybody shouldn't be coming along. This is a great organization that's fighting to keep free speech alive, which sadly in 2022 we have to do this. It's yeah. And Toby Young in another tweet did say, please take a moment to fill in this poll on PayPal's decision to demonetize the Free Speech Union. So if you do want that tweet, pop on his account. Yeah, you can fill that in as well. I as I say, I fill it in, and yeah. So Jack Pozabek, tweeted, PayPal, Venmo allow paedophile support groups on platform despite banning the anti-groomer charities. Yep, this is absolutely right, that they are funding a pro-paedophile group, two pro-paedophile groups, according to what I've read. And it's they're banning charities like Gays for Groomers and anti-groomer charities for speaking up about what's happening to our kids. And I know we've got all different opinions on it, and I know that we've got to look at a way forward. But I mean, from what I'm seeing so far, the biggest problem is that if we can't talk about it, if we can't expose it without being deplatformed, without having your financial services taken off you, then what are we supposed to do? I totally agree that this needs to come out, and things are clear. Right, I'm going to have a little drink now. I mean, things are clearly not right in these gender clinics. Gender medicine needs to be relooked at, and that's why everyone's complaining. That's why people across the Western world are standing up saying that gender medicine, it needs to be looked at. We can't go on like this, and we're not going to go on like this. We need changes. And that's it. And we're not going to sit back. And this is a lesson that organizations like PayPal are going to learn. I mean, maybe they've got, maybe they're not bothered that they lose like me. Maybe they don't care about people like me. Maybe it's just Alex, who gives a toss about him. Maybe they don't care about Jack D and all the rest of them. I mean, but we'll see. But if you do care about us people, and you do care about our opinions, whether you agree with us or not, but you do care that we've got a right to freedom of speech, then you need to speak up quick, because I'm dropping my account in 2 days. So you need to get up there. The legend and British icon Darren Grimes had this to say on his Twitter account on the subject. He said, "Hi, PayPal and PayPal UK. I've been a customer of yours for many years now. You're my go-to payment vendor. Why should I continue to support you why should I continue to support you now that I know you don't support the right to free speech by not allowing users to support the vital work of the Free Speech Union?" Absolutely. Very good question. Are you going to answer that? Will you be answering that, PayPal? Because a lot of people are asking questions across board. There's a lot of complaints that you've not answered. There's a lot of people tweeting. We want answers, PayPal. We want to know what you're going to do. With me, you've got 48 hours, because once that payment goes through, if I'm not happy, I'm closing the account. It's simple. And I'd encourage other people to as well. Let's see. Now, we've got Conservative MP Danny Kruger. He raised the issue in the House of Commons and tweeted out the following with the clip of him being in the House of Commons. He said, "My question today on the decision of PayPal to cancel the accounts of Us for Them and Speech Union." And then, as I say, he left the clip of his question. Well done to Danny. I really do appreciate Danny Kruger MP speaking up about what's happened with PayPal. We need to do something. We can't allow PayPal to do this. We shouldn't really be allowing Twitter, to do what they're doing to women, to do what they're doing to lesbians, to do what they're doing to gay men, and we shouldn't be allowing either. We need changes, and if they can't support people who've got a different view, then we need laws in to protect people like us. We know that gender critical people cannot be discriminated against anymore, but we have got a right to speak, and we've got a right to our activism, and we've got a right to our journalism. Okay, and so laws need changing in the UK if these organizations can't do it by themselves. So we've got Nick Buckley, MBE. He tweeted out the following, that just closed my PayPal UK account due to their Stalinist approach to customers. And then he added in the Free Speech Union and Toad Miser, Toby Young. Yeah, I mean, that's another one, another blue tick, another important guy. You know what I mean? It dropped his account. Do you know what I mean? It's another one. I'm seeing so many people who've closed their account. Matt Letizia, the former professional footballer who won 8 caps for the England national team, he tweeted out, "That's my PayPal account closed along with my wife's. Good riddance to tin pot dictators." And then he went on in another tweet to say, and that tweet gained 4,500 likes. And then he went on to say that in another tweet later on, anyone else cancelled PayPal yet? Yeah, I mean, wow. You know what I mean? That's another one that shut their PayPal account down. Seems as though a lot of people are shutting the PayPal account down. Seems like, I should be doing it as quick as possible. Tony Buxton, an author and presenter on GB News, tweeted out, "The MSM waking up, closing down the accounts of people who speak the truth is sinister at PayPal. Fix that now. We stand with Us for Them, Law of Fiction, and Young." Toad Miser. Brilliant. Yeah, yes, Tony. I wish the MSM would wake up on this issue of PayPal and the gender issue too. It's just a shame that they can't report. It's a shame that, I know there's been quite a lot said on Twitter at the moment about, conservative press and right-wing press, and it's unfortunate that the left press won't take, issues on the gender, because of course I'll be reading the left-wing papers and they can't say anything because they'll just lose their left-wing readers. But it's not all about that. It's about, the fact is that it's about bias, being biased, really. They're giving one side of the events, and they're not really telling it like it is. They're so consumed with the gender topic that they're not really they're not really telling it like it is. But it's like I say, the truth will always prevail, and that's one thing. It always prevails. It always, no matter what, it will always prevail, and this will come back to haunt the left-wing media in years to come. It really will, because if they want to push out crap, you know what I mean, that's not really helping anybody, especially the children that are being damaged, and the girls that are out losing their toilets, and the women that are losing their spaces, their rights, they're losing their medals. This is all going to come out in the future, and it's all going to be sorted out in the future, and the left-wing press will be the ones where, well, we're not going to read that because it was crap. There we go. So the great Sharon Davis, MBE, tweeted out, she said, letting everyone know that she was letting everyone know that she shut her PayPal down. So the tweet was, okay, she said, "My PayPal closed." Simple as that. Very simple tweet. And that was letting everybody know that she'd shut her PayPal down in protest. So I think she tweeted on later on to clarify that she'd shut her account down in protest. There's a lot of blue ticks. It's a lot of people across social media that are, complaining about PayPal. I've seen it on quite a few different platforms. I think PayPal, really, this whole PayPal debacle, has also mainstreamed itself into quite a few newspapers as well. And I think the PayPal have gotten themselves in a whole lot of trouble, to be quite honest. But that's PayPal for you. You know, I mean, it's the new PayPal. It's not the PayPal that I recognise, really. I mean, it's PayPal. They wouldn't have done this years ago. I mean, you know, when it was on eBay, they wouldn't have stopped your purchasing and, you know, stopping your business on eBay because you had different opinions. I mean, it really is a shame, to be quite honest, where PayPal have gone, because I've had a lot of history with PayPal. I've used them as a payment provider. You know, a few years ago, I did have a shop on eBay, and I use them there as well. And I think it's a real shame that this is where PayPal have gone. But as we say, one door, you know, PayPal's door's closed, another door will open. I mean, it's a real shame. But I think PayPal are really, you know, really need to speak to us. I've noticed a big silence with PayPal on social media. They've got hardly anything that they've said, if anything. In fact, I don't think I've seen anything that they've said. And they're not really, either they're not bothered and they're just going to carry on, in which case you've lost me and you've lost other people, or maybe they're waiting, maybe they're discussing it now as to what to say. But we need changes, you know, and we really need to stop organizations like PayPal doing this, because people have got a different opinion, and this is all it is down to. You know, people have got a different opinion, and PayPal are now policing it. They're policing what people can say. And if you speak about gender, if you speak about free speech in this way, it's against their terms because they don't agree with it. They're not going to control freedom of speech. So PayPal, you've got 48 hours with me. You know, at the minute that goes out my account, I'll be shutting down too. Such a shame, because I've had a lot of business over the last 20 years with you. But I can't really use a platform that may shut me down too, that may close, you know, my finances down, and more to the point, freeze my assets, freeze the money that I've got in that PayPal. You know, I've got some crypto in PayPal. I need to actually take that out. But I mean, that's the point. I mean, you're asking people to invest in crypto, and then you're closing people's accounts down and shutting them down. You know what I mean? So I can't trust you, you know, to hold my crypto. That's something I just remembered about, actually. I can't trust you because I speak about gender. I'm gender critical. I don't. I mean, there's two sides to every story. You need to respect that. And I'm very concerned what's happening to women's rights. I'm very concerned to what's happening to gay, lesbian, and bisexual rights. Okay, and I'm concerned what's happening to child safeguarding. And if I can't speak out about that without the danger of you seizing my crypto, without the danger of you seizing my account, then I can't bank with you. I can't use your services, if you call it banking, but I can't use your services. And it's as simple as that. So hopefully I'll be announcing what I've done with PayPal on Twitter in a couple of days and on the next stream. I've run out of things to say. So I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that watches the live stream live, or whether you watch it later on, or whether you watch it on a different platform. I just want to thank you. Please do, you know, like, comment, and yeah, I mean, subscribe to the channel wherever you're watching this. That's really appreciative. And I just wanted to say, yeah, thanks again to everybody for all your support, any support that you've given to the channel. I really do appreciate. Yeah, so I'm going to end the stream now, and I will see you on Wednesday. And yeah, I'll see you Wednesday. And yeah, and thank you, Amy, for joining me. Have a great weekend, and hopefully you'll be able to have some peach tea as well. And yeah, and hopefully I will see you on Wednesday. But thanks for joining. I really do appreciate it when you come on the stream. Thank you, and yeah, I will see you all on Wednesday.